Hello everyone, how's it going? I'm Matheus Beck, I'm a software QA engineer, and in this video I'm going to show you how to integrate your Cypress tests with GitHub Actions. Cypress is a testing framework that you can use for both backend and front-end testing, and also for integration and end-to-end testing, while GitHub Actions is a CI/CD platform that allows you to automate workflows like testing and deployment. So in this video, we're going to integrate Cypress with GitHub Actions so we can run tests automatically in our CI pipeline. So just go to cypress.io, and if you click here on docs installing Cypress, you'll see that you have 3 different ways to install Cypress. In this video, we're going to use npm. So open your favorite IDE. In this case, I'm going to use Visual Studio Code. I've created an empty folder and I've opened it here. So first of all, make sure that you have Node Version Manager installed, and then make sure that you already have Node installed because Cypress runs over Node. So now initiate an Node repository with npm init-y. Okay, it will automatically create our package.json file. And now finally we can install Cypress with this command as a development dependency. So now while this is installing, let's go to GitHub and let's create an empty repository. Okay, I'm going to rename this Cypress GitHub Actions examples. Okay, then I'm going to click on create repository. Nice. Okay, so as you can see, Cypress was already installed, and now we have this dev dependency in our JSON file, in our package.json. And now what we're going to do is to type git init. Okay, to initialize this is a Git repository, and we are also gonna copy this git remote at origin and paste it here. The only thing that I'm going to change here is that I'm going to specify the username that I'm going to use because I have multiple GitHub accounts on this machine, so I need to specify which one I'm going to use. So Matheus-back-qa. Cool. Now let me create a new file called gitignore.gitignore because we're going to tell our project to not push anything related to the Node modules. Cool. Okay. So now let's type npx cypress open so we can automatically generate our Cypress files and our Cypress tests. Since this is, let me click on end-to-end testing, and if I click on continue, it will automatically generate all these files for us. The focus is not to run complex Cypress testing, so we're going to use, click here, start end-to-end testing. So we're going to use the default tests that Cypress provides us. Wait it to open, and then click here on scaffold example specs. Okay, now Cypress will automatically generate all these test examples for us. Let me click on OK, I got it. And now I can close this. I can also close this. And as you can see, if you go here on Cypress, we have this end-to-end folder with a lot of example tests for us. Cool. Now, for us to see this running on GitHub Actions here, I'm going to go to the documentation, I'm going to click on continuous integration, GitHub Actions, and we're going to use this as an example for us. Okay, let me create this file as it requests here. So I'm going to go here, new file, and I'm going to create this. Perfect. And then I'm going to copy this YAML and paste it here. Okay, so it tells us that this key on means that every time we push something to our repository, it will run this Cypress run, this job that will run Cypress for us. It's using pre-default configuration from Cypress.io called GitHub Actions version 6. So it will automatically install our dependencies and run npx Cypress run for us. For this, we're not building anything and we're not starting anything, so we don't have to put this with key here. I'm going to delete it. I'm going to save it, and we are good to go to push this to our repository. I'm going to type git add dot and then git commit -m first commit. And finally, git origin master. Cool. Now we've pushed everything to our repository. Okay, let me refresh this. Cool, as you can see, node modules is not here. We have the Cypress folder with our end-to-end testing. And if we go here to actions, you see that it is already running our tests here. I can click here and then on Cypress run, I can see that our tests are running, which commands are being executed. And the thing about this is that it will only run when we push something to our branch. And sometimes we want to trigger our tests manually. And also the way we did this will not generate any testing report. So again, sometimes you want to have a cool test report that you can share with your manager, for example, with your team. So what we're going to do now is to add a little bit more complexity to our YAML file so we can tell GitHub Actions to generate testing reports and also run on multiple browsers in parallel. So let's do this right now. First of all, I'm gonna go back here while the tests are running, and I'm gonna modify this key called on. Instead of just working on push, I'm gonna type workflow underscore dispatch. Okay, so this means that we are going to be able to trigger this manually. Okay. Also, I'm gonna create here a new key below runs on called strategy. And here I'm gonna type fail fast false. This means that if something fails, we don't stop everything. We continue running our other threads or different executions. Now I'm gonna type matrix, and I'm gonna create a matrix of browsers. So instead of running only on one browser, I'm gonna run this on Chrome, Firefox, and Microsoft Edge in parallel. Okay. Okay. So now here, Cypress run, I can specify that I'm gonna run this in, and then I'm gonna create a dynamic attribute here. I'm gonna put it $, and then I'm gonna open this as a new object. I'm gonna type matrix dot browsers. Now we are going to run this, our test at least three different browsers. Okay, and now I can specify more configurations with the with key. I'm gonna tell Cypress to run this on these browsers. I'm gonna copy this, paste it here. And if we push this, it would already run in 3 different browsers for us, okay, in parallel. But like I mentioned, we're not generating any report. If we go here, as you can see, our pipeline has finished, but there's no report to be downloaded. Only the Cypress results are here. Okay, so how to generate reports on Cypress? If we go back to the documentation and you go to tooling, reporters, if you search for HTML, you see that you can generate this using 3 different development dependencies: Mosh Awesome, Merge, and Mosh Awesome report generator. So let's do this. Let me install this here as development dependency. Again, this will be added here in our package.json. And for us to generate our reports, it also requests us to create in our cypress.config.js this configuration. Okay, let me copy this. We have already created this when we open Cypress, and the only thing that we're going to maintain from here is this attribute end-to-end. Okay, this is still required for us. So let me copy this, and then let me add it here as another attribute. We're going to require this define config too. Perfect. Okay, so this means that when we run our tests, it will use the Mosh Awesome reporter, and it's going to save the test reports in Cypress/results, overwrite false, so we don't overwrite tests inside the same file. HTML false because when we run this test, it will generate a report, a single report for each test. If we want to combine them in a single file, we need to use a different tool like Mosh Awesome Report Generator and Mosh Awesome Merge. So for now, let's keep HTML false and JSON true. Also, these attributes can be used as a command line execution. As you can see here, I could create everything like this. npx Cypress run and then specify the reporter and the reporter options. Okay. And for us to, since we are going to test in 3 different browsers, we're going to generate 3 different reporters. I'm not going to specify the report dir here. Otherwise, I won't be able to dynamically specify the name of the report. So only this attribute will be passed on the command line. Okay. So let me show you how this works. We run our npx Cypress run command. Okay. And then we don't have to specify the reporter since it's already here on the config file. And we are going to use the reporter options to specify the report dir. Okay, then we're going to run npx Mosh Awesome merge because we are going to take all of the JSON files that's going to be generated and create a single JSON file with all the tests. And finally, we're going to use npx marge to merge all the to transform this JSON file into an HTML report. Okay, so let's do this. Let me save this. Let me go back to the main.yaml, and now I'm going to specify here the command because we're not simply going to run npx Cypress run. Okay, this will override the default runner of the GitHub Actions from Cypress IO. So I'm gonna put this here, npx Cypress run -- browser, and then I'm going to specify the browser from this matrix. I'm going to specify the reporter as Mosh Awesome, then the reporter options. I'm going to specify the report dir, and then I'm going to type Cypress /reports /matrix browsers because we're going to create 3 different reporters in 3 different folders. Now this will generate our reports. What we have to do here is to run the other commands. So I'm going to create a new execution here. I'm going to call this merge Mosh Awesome reports. I'm going to run. This is not correctly indented. Okay, cool. Now I'm going to run npx Mosh Awesome merge Cypress /reports /matrix browser / everything that is a JSON file there. I'm going to put it inside Cypress reports. Again, same directory, but now I'm going to call this merged reports.json. So now we're going to have single JSON with all our reports. And then I'm going to create a new executor here called generate HTML report run for us npx merge Cypress /reports /matrix browser /merged reports.json. I'm going to specify the report dir, and then again Cypress reports, but the file name is going to be the name of the browser -report.html. Nice. Now, only thing that is left for us is to upload this into GitHub Actions. So for this, I'm going to use the upload artifact from GitHub Actions. So upload HTML report. In the name, you can pass anything. Okay, doesn't have to be exactly like I'm typing. I'm gonna use a beautiful actions /upload artifact at version 4 with another key name Cypress HTML report, and then the path we are saving everything here, right? Cypress /reports /matrix browser. Okay, cool. Let me save this, and since we are already passing the reporter here, Mosh Awesome, we actually don't have to specify the reporter here. Okay, I can remove this, and the only thing that I have to specify that is not in our Cypress config JSON is the report dir. Perfect. Let me save this and let me commit this. git add dot git commit dash m add reporter generator. And then again, git push origin master. So if I didn't make any typo here, it should work. Let me go back here to Cypress Tests. And as you can see, it is already running. And now we have a run workflow here. So we can manually trigger our tests without in the need of pushing anything to our branch, okay? So let me open here the Edge reporter generator. As you can see, now we have 3 executions running in parallel. One for Chrome, another one for Edge, and another one for Firefox, okay? As you can see here, everything that we have defined there on the YAML, the Cypress run, the merge Shawson reports, all the names are here, the upload HTML reports, and they will be executed one by one. So now all we have to do is wait a bit and see if our tests are going to pass, if our commands are going to be executed with success, and then if the reports are going to be generated. Let's see, it is already running, and let's wait a bit. Okay, so looks like I made a typo here. Instead of typing marge, as you can see here, npx marge, I've typed npx merge. So I'm sorry about that. Let me fix this in our file. This should be marge. Let me add this. Let me put fix typo. And then let me push this and let's see if now it generates our reports. Sorry about that. Let me go back here. It's running again. And now let's wait to see. Okay, cool. Now, as you can see, our commands were executed with success in all the browsers. Now, let me go back here. And if I click here on the job execution, I have now 3 different reports. So I can compare them. For example, if I click here, let me open the report. Now we have this Chrome dash report, and for the other browsers, it's going to be Firefox dash report. If we open this, we have all the tests in a single report with everything that was executed, piece of code. So now we can share this, and it's working perfectly fine. Cool. So that's what I was going to show you in this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.